Hello friends, before starting with my slides about the basic of research methodology, let me introduce myself. I am Mr. Sunay Sheikh and I basically am an assistant professor of SSR College of Arts, Commerce and Science and presently working as an HOD of MCOM department. Having completed my PhD from University of Mumbai just recently. Good evening friends. Today let's discuss about some of the basics of research methodology. Before proceeding with the important topics, let us first try to understand what all things are you going to cover under this topic. In this chapter, you will learn about some of the reasons for doing research, how research can be used to gather evidence to inform your practice, the applications of research, characteristics and requirement of the research process, types of research from the perspective of applications, objectives and inquiry modes, research paradigms. Research is undertaken within most professions. More than a set of skills, research is a way of thinking, examining critically the various aspects of your day-to-day professional work, understanding and formulating guiding principles that governs a particular procedure, and developing and testing new theories that contributes to the advancement of your practice and professions. It is a habit of questioning what you do and a systematic examinations of clinical observations to explain and find answers for what you perceive with a view to instituting appropriate changes for more effective professional service. Let us take some disciplines as examples. Suppose you are working in the field of health. You may be a front-line service provider, supervisor or health administrator. You may be in a hospital or working as an outreach community health worker. You may be a nurse, doctor, occupational therapist, physiotherapist, social worker or other paramedic. In any of these positions, some of the following questions may come to your mind, or someone else may ask you for their answers. How many patients do I see every day? What are some of the most common conditions prevalent among my patients? What are the causes of these conditions? Why do some people have a particular conditions whether others do not? What are the health needs of the community? What are the benefits of this program to the community? How do I demonstrate the effectiveness of my service? Why do some people use the services while others do not? What do people think about the services? How satisfied are patients with the service? How effective is the service? How can the service be improved? You can add many other questions to the list. At times, it may be possible to ignore these questions because of the level at which you work. At other times, you may make an effort to find answers on your own initiative. Or sometimes, you may be required to obtain answers for effective administrations and planning. Let us take another discipline, business studies. Assume you work in the area of marketing. Again, you can work at different levels as a salesperson, sales manager, or sales promotion executive. The list of questions that may come to your mind can be endless. The type of questions and the need to find answers to them will vary with the level at which you work in the organization. You may just want to find out the monthly fluctuations in the sales of a particular product. Or you may be asked to develop and research and development strategic plan to compete for a greater share of the market for the product produced by your company. The list of the questions that may come to your mind could be endless. For example, what is the best strategy to promote the sales of a product, of a particular product? How many salespersons do I need? What is the effect of a particular advertising campaign on the sales of this product? How satisfied are the consumers with this product? How much are consumers prepared to spend on this product? What do consumers like or dislike about this product? What type of packaging do consumers prefer for this product? What training do the salesperson need to promote the sales of this product? What are the attributes of a good salesperson? To take a different example, let us assume that you work as a psychologist, counselor or social worker. While engaging in the helping process, you may ask yourself, or someone else may ask you, the following questions. What are my clients' most common presenting problems? What are the most common underlying problems? What is the socio-economic background of my clients? Why am I successful in certain cases and not in others? What resources are available in the community to help a client with a particular need? What interventions, strategies are appropriate for this problem? How satisfied are my client with my services? As a supervisor, administrator or manager of an agency, again different questions relating to effectiveness and efficiency of a service may come to your mind. For example, how many people are coming to my agencies? What are the socio-economic demographic characteristics of my client? How many cases in a day can a worker effectively handle? Why do some people use the service while others do not? How effective is the service? What are the most common needs of the clients who come to this agency? What are the strengths and weaknesses of the services? How satisfied are the clients with the service? How can I improve the service for my clients? As a professional, you might be interested in finding answers to theoretical questions such as, which is the most effective intervention for a particular problem? What causes X or what are the effects of Y? What is the relationship between two phenomena? How do I measure the self-esteem of my clients? How do I ascertain the validity of my questionnaire? What is the pattern of a program adoption in the community? Which is the best way of finding out community attitude towards an issue? Which is the best way to find out the effectiveness of a particular treatment? How can I select an unbiased sample? What is the best way to find out about the level of marriage satisfaction among my clients? In this age of consumerism, you cannot afford to ignore the consumer of a service. Consumers have the right to ask questions about the quality and effectiveness of the services they are receiving, and you, as a service provider, have an obligation to answer their questions. Some of the questions that a consumer may ask are, how effective is the service that I am receiving? Am I getting a value for money? How well trained are the service provider? Most professions that are in the human service industry would lend themselves to the questions raised above, and you as a service provider would be well prepared to answer them. Research is one of the ways to help you answer such questions objectively. I hope so. You get my point about research. Now, let's try to focus on some of the applications of the research in our next slide. Very little research in the field is pure in nature. That is, very few people do research in research methodology. Most research is applied research, which has a wide applications in many disciplines. Every professional uses research methods in varying amount in many areas. They use the methods and procedures developed by research methodologists in order to increase understanding in their own profession and to advance the professional knowledge base. It is through the applications of research methodology that they strengthen and advance their own profession. Examine your own field. You will find that its professional practice follows procedures and practices tested and developed by others over a long period of time. It is in this testing process that you need research skills, the development of which fall in the category of pure research. As a matter of fact, the validity of your findings entirely depends upon the soundness of the research methods and procedures adopted by you. Within any profession where you directly or indirectly provide a service, such as health, nursing, occupational therapy, physiotherapy, community health, health promotion and public health, again comes your education, psychology or social work. The application of research, it can be viewed from 4 different perspectives, which is being given onto the slide. The service provider, the service administrator, manager and a planner, the service consumer and the professional. Though it is impossible to list all the issues in every discipline, this framework can be applied to most disciplines and situations in the humanities and the social sciences. You should be able to use this to identify, from the viewpoint of the above perspective, the possible issues in your own academic field where research technique can be used to find the answers.